I think for the last several years, there's been a tremendous focus at Airtel to really digitize the entire experience for our customers, but also digitize the company through and through as well. That's the entire reason why we created X Labs, Airtel X Labs a few years ago as well. And I think we've come so far away on this journey. If I look at the last few years, it's been a tremendous growth from within the organization on all the talent we've managed to hire from some of the top internet and technology companies around the country. But more importantly, this talent has been working very hard at creating some tremendous digital opportunities for Airtel and for our customers. We are highly customer obsessed organization, and I think that runs so deep in our DNA, and that's what we are trying to do. As India changes and moves towards the digital era, it's very important that every company reinvents itself and moves along with that, if not gets ahead of the game. So we can really create the best possible experience for our consumers as well. In today's day and age, telcos are quite ahead in adoption of technologies. But I think in Airtel in particular, Airtel X Labs is it's a collection of some of the brightest minds in the country that have come from all various industries and largely from the technology industry, not from the telco industry. So they are approaching everything that we are doing. We are approaching it in a way of how technology can make the experience for the consumer better, make the industry better, and help other customers of ours and other clients of ours in their industries, how they can grow and how we can help them grow. As such, one of the various technologies that I see influencing us in a big way is, of course, big data. I think, telcos can't survive without some amazing and very large big data platforms. I mean, we ourselves, we process hundreds of billions of records in a day. That requires a very deep platform that is able to process such high volumes. AI, ML, they are very fundamental to everything we do. You are not able, if you want to make decisions in real time and you want to understand not basis samples of consumers, but your entire base at an individual level, you cannot do that if you've got 300, 400 million customers if you are not using deep learning. Other technologies that I'm seeing really emerge and us invest a lot in those as well. I think IoT is really one of the big levers going to be in the country in the near future, and in the coming decade, IoT is going to become a fundamental pillar, whether it is in our offices or in our homes or enterprises. And it is also changing how we manage our own businesses. So since Airtel, we run a very large enterprise business as well, almost a large gamut of the top enterprises and the small enterprises, medium enterprises are customers of ours as well. IoT becomes a very strong lever for us to be able to engage with them and help these companies grow in their own enterprises and in their own industries, at the same time. And as such, the leverage of new technologies is very, very high. We are also a very highly open source organization, so we do a lot to contribute back into the open source community as well. And I think in today's day and age, that is equally essential, because it's the technologists in the country and in the world that are keeping these open source technologies alive as well. So adoption and giving back is both very, very important. We also work very closely with a lot of startups, young companies, whether it's from within the country or from Silicon Valley, and some of the large technology academic institutions, some of the best ones around the world as well, to really bring the power of tech to be able to give our customers a fantastic experience. The growth of Airtel Digital has also been tremendous over the same period of time, and it's all thanks to our customers who give us tremendous amount of feedback as well. We run digital labs, we meet with the customers, we understand what they like, what they don't like, and we tailor our experience constantly to really be the most digitally customer-centric organization in the country. Always thinking consumer first, digital first, and as we do that across the organization, whether it is from real-time management of our networks, understanding the network experience, at an individual consumer level, and then being able to self-optimize the networks as well, so that they're always tuned up to bring the best possible experience to you no matter where you are, to all the way through how we handle technology and how we handle complaints in our call centers, where we are now even predicting what is wrong for a particular customer even before the call is connected to the consumer as well, and then trying to resolve it where possible, almost everything in real time, to actually creating an entire ecosystem for consumers to interact with us from all channels point of view, and understanding that even if you started a journey with us in a retail store and you finish it online, we understand and we link those dots to make it really a pleasurable experience for you. This really needs the entire organization and the entire value chain of the organization, from our sales and marketing to customer experience to network to engineering, everybody literally singing off the same hymn sheet. Insurance as an example, of all the developing nations and of course the developed nations, India has one of the largest, the second most populated country in the world. But insurance today, life insurance, is one of the most ill-penetrated products in the financial services, because when it comes to the masses, it's not something that they are identifying with massively. And one of the drives that we had is, as part of our entire financial inclusion agenda that Airtel and Airtel Payments Bank constantly drives, was about saying, can we do an experiment and see if we can really drive insurance very deeply into this country. And that's when we launched a pack, and we said, as part of a recharge that you do with Airtel, you get life insurance free. And it has made a tremendous, it's only the beginning, but it's made a great start. But it's value propositions like these that are going to become the new business models of tomorrow. I think the future business models are going to be quite interesting. One of the things we do with Airtel Thanks is, it's not just about bringing the best of Airtel to our consumers, but also bringing the best of what is there to be offered from a lot of our partners that we partner up with. We've recently we launched a big partnership with Amazon Prime. We did with Netflix. We also did on insurance with HDFC Life, Bharti AXA, etc. These are just different things, different business models of driving adoption of many other propositions which are important to our consumers. So it's in the new business models, it's very important to understand what is it that our customers really want, and then how you can bridge that and bring that to them and package it in such a way that it makes easy for them to consume those. We leverage AI, ML are kind of basic foods and fodder in organizations like us. When you've got such large scale, we're talking hundreds and hundreds of millions of customers, just bringing the best offering, matching that to the best interests of our consumers without deep level of learning and data mining, it would be impossible to do that in 2019. Once 5G comes, looking at the other end of the spectrum, the large industries, that's what's going to really change their ways of working and how they run their companies is going to happen with 5G. It's going to be much more about a B2B focus, focused around industrial plants, manufacturing plants, different companies and institutions. As we create almost privatized network for them, so that they are able to use robotics and very advanced equipment and very deep IoT and almost humanless plants as well, but using the power of technology. And that's going to need a very different kind of an infrastructure setup. And all these pieces are what are contributing into the new business models of tomorrow.